Hello. Hi, how you doing, Anna?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to see where Just Say It show is, which is Kelvin. Let's
Okay,
see.
so are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we had to hit a button first.
Yeah, I think he went over to Shalonda to drop something off. Her baby is not feeling well.
Oh, I hate to hear that. I mean, I knew they were sick, but I thought they were getting better.
Girl, this darn flu is going around.
Well, when I talked to her earlier, she said that there's five big viruses going around the community right now.
Yeah,
Honey, I just am like feeling really blessed. I hadn't gotten sick yet.
I know, right?
Yeah, I even said to my sister in Minneapolis, I was her baby was sick, and I was like, "Oh, it hadn't hit us yet." We are. Whenever you look at the map on news channels, they show the sick map. We are the reddest. We're in the thick of it.
Girl, you got to be kidding me.
No, yeah, it's all Mississippi's. We have more cases of the flu already than most other states.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, Mr. DeSoto got sick, right?
yeah,
Um,
had a stroke.
and and girl, when we went out there to that ER, it was people everywhere. I'm like, even when Just Say It show had his car accident, and I came out there to that hospital. I'm talking about it was beds all in the hallway, and the nurse said that it had been like that for over a month.
Damn.
Yes, nonstop.
And he was at Memorial.
Yes,
Honey, I'm so mad at Memorial right now. Ooh,
I know they suck.
big time.
They really suck. It's like I tell people all the time, if they can take me anywhere, well, if it's life or death, just take me to the first hospital you can. But
But otherwise,
Memorial,
anywhere but.
yes, It's like if you can get me to another hospital, please do. Anywhere besides Memorial Hospital.
Please do. I love it.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I don't know where he is, but yeah, we just it's just like an open chat, just talking in general about basically the justice system and do you think the laws are mostly there to protect us or protect the police?
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
And
let me
we're going to talk about that our Mississippi works a little different than other states, and we don't answer to the FBI, we answer to the MBI.
yes.
Oh, and they suck.
Yes.
Who will be joining us, and what platform are we on? I do not understand streaming.
Well, right now we're on YouTube and used to YouTube you could only have one person at a time on live, but now they have made it to where you can have several people join. Well, I tried it out earlier and just said was like, I don't like it that way. I think they need to work out the kinks. I liked it, but so he didn't like it, so that's why we on StreamYard.
Okay, and StreamYard is going on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can
They're,
use it to like if you wanted to share your screen or whatever. Let's
yeah.
say it's a newspaper article or something you wanted to just upload and start talking about. I got to get used to this and learn how to use all this stuff. But yeah, you can do all that through StreamYard.
Interesting. Yeah, I have never worked on a YouTube channel. I mean, I make a lot of content for it, but I am about to start dropping. I was actually going to go to Kelvin's and just hit play in the background on one of my devices to get him hours, because I did take aware that you need so many hours of view time.
Yeah, I think
I'll
4,000.
really, it's your sweet potato pound cake reel that got me. I clicked on that thinking you were just, I don't know what I thought, and I was like, oh, this is her channel, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm about to be
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Well, it's like, hold on. I think this may be, yep, that go just say it right there. Let me add him. Hey, just say it.
Yo, 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 what's going on?
Hey, hey, hey.
What's going on? How's it going?
Very well. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Uh, just, I'm headed home, so I can, relax and get in good with the chat, but we'll probably be in by the time I get there. I'm running everywhere. So, while I'm on here, what did I miss? What were we talking about?
No, we actually just got on. We've only been on maybe about 10 minutes. And we were just gonna actually just touch on the laws and stuff. And do you think that the laws are more or less designed to protect the consumer, the public, or
So,
the
so let,
laws more geared towards the police department?
so let me say this. I don't know if you're familiar with the story and about the guy that he's 21. He was riding his bike at 11 o'clock at night. He had his phone light on because that's the only light he had. But per the law, as long as you can see it 500 feet away, you're good. And I'm pretty sure if there's any type of light like that, you can see it. A phone light's pretty bright. They pulled him over, tried to pull him over on a bicycle. I guess they didn't stop exactly where they wanted him to in the dark. So they beat him up and charged him without having a light or a bell, whatever, on his bike, and then resisting arrest and failure to be an officer. Yeah, was a violation of his civil rights. They could have just left the man alone and went on about their business and found and looked for robbers or people, running red lights like they normally do. But they chose to take their time to harass this young man. And then, so once I start, looking into it, it's pretty much a law that they've been abusing here. It's like a little statute that they abuse. That's what they use to pull people over, harass them, and give them bogus charges. So the only way to fix that is to write it up so that the city council can address it. But I don't feel like it should even have to be written up or anything. That's something that should just be addressed because it's common sense that it's an issue. And it's sad
Right.
that the judges and the district attorneys hasn't, said anything.
Are they specifically using the law about the light over bicyclists?
I can't hear you.
Are they using this law to pull over people on bicycles?
Black people.
But it's right. I was going to get to that. Yeah, obviously, because are they pulling over the white bicyclists, cyclists?
Probably not. Probably not. Probably okay. So I'm gonna. Well, man, it's a lot, man. So the new statistics. I just looked them up with the people that do the Justice Jaheim. I just looked at it, and they got some new statistics. They haven't posted them. Like, y'all need to put that out there. So I don't know if they're gonna do it like this week, today, tonight. But when that come out, you're gonna be shocked because they've gotten worse. They were already borderline worse. I mean, bad, but they've gotten worse. It's like nobody's looking at this. Nobody's paying this any attention.
Do you know what I found out today? I mean, I didn't know. So Jaheim McMillan, the 15-year-old who was shot, which is how we all actually came to know each other, his aunt, Charlonda Brown, lost someone in March to the Gulf War.
Right. Yes.
Correct. A brother.
I didn't know that until today. So you mean to tell me someone in this amount of time has lost 2 people at the hands of the Gulfport Police Department?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And then
100%.
So let's look at socioeconomics. Who is more likely to not have a vehicle with car insurance and all the fancy whistles, all the things that come with having a car that, keep it legal?
Right.
A black person is more likely to have to use a bicycle for transportation than a white person.
Yes, black
but
people
you know what's
and
crazy?
poor people.
It's majority clear people than it is more clear people than it is black people in the community here. But the thing is, if you look at it for petty, I guess I can't remember what the term was, but for simple offenses like traffic offenses and stuff, it's like probably like close to 80-90% black people that get fined for it. And it's like, this is what y'all do? Like, y'all don't like people because they, it's like, not that they let their own people go. They don't even pull them over. They don't even, they don't search their cars. It's like they see black people and they realize, okay, they got something in their car. I know it. And they be hunting for stuff.
I hate to be the white bitch, but I like being the crazy white bitch. This just sounds like hardcore slavery and genocide.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Like, the police department was not invented, to be your friend. They were prevented. I mean, they were invented, as slave catchers. So
do you see any black people in high positions down here for the police department? Or know of any?
Well, let's take that up. Let's take this opportunity to encourage all black people to register to vote. I know election week was 3 weeks ago, but it's going to be here next year just as quick as it left 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Register right now. If you Google how to register to vote in Mississippi, it takes you, one of the first searches is going to be a valid website where you can register to vote. I do not think it is run by the government. It is run by nonprofits that are composed of people like you and I.
True.
So go
register.
But speaking of activism, I did have an activist use that website on me to check me. I don't know how to explain that. I've had someone use that. That's maybe another discussion for another day.
Oh, to come up with you talking about as far as the statistics go?
No, I went off on a tangent. We can circle. I just go register to vote is all I need to say. We can get back on stats.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I would love to see these numbers, and I'll go look at the Justice for Jaheim Facebook page. And we could also use this time to encourage everyone to go follow Justice for the number 4 Jaheim on Facebook.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you are using, I mean, it's just common sense, the socioeconomics. If they're using traffic citations to hurt people. I can put for now. I can kill you. I mean, they killed Jaheim 2 weeks after he was beat by the same officer. This is not.
And not only that, and not only that, so most people know if you got any kind of criminal record or not, we're not you gotta have a criminal record. Most people know that if you have any kind of fines, it's gonna be hard to get a job because normally you can't pay them because you don't have a job, so they're gonna put a warrant out for your arrest and it's gonna show up in the system. So it's like you want these black people to get jobs, but you don't afford them the opportunity because you try your best to find some kind of way to put them in a system, or because you feel like they got smart with you because you're this king or high authority that they got to bow down to you. So no, let me put you in the system and give you a parole officer or put you on probation for 9 months for something so simple or for making your first mistake in your life. It's like they really tried to put you in a position to where you can't have a nice life or opportunity to have a great life unless you look up or unless you know somebody that knows somebody.
But how about if they were actually doing what their badge says? If they were working, if they were doing service work, paid, they get a salary. If they were doing their paid work as we would hope to protect and serve, everything would be different.
True.
Not protecting and serving, they're searching.
And you know what irritates me? When you have the other black cops that just follow suit or feel like they're like, oh, I got on this badge, I'm totally different. Some black cops look at themselves, I'm not black when I got on this badge, I'm blue. And it's like when you take off that jacket and you get pulled over, I promise you they're not gonna care who you are or what you do. I
Yes,
promise you.
but yeah, that sort of comes back to a lot of times, they are intimidated. So when you have to
I don't think
choose
some of them are.
between,
Some of them are just
wait a
uh,
minute, but when you have to choose between,
Uncle Ruckus.
we can sit and say this all day, but when people have to choose between paying their mortgage, paying their car notes, their insurance,
Pick a
or
profession that's not trying to kill you.
I
Your
get
people.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is it don't even have to be law enforcement. It can be working at the power company and you see somebody stealing money. Sometimes people just get into their own corner and they like, oh, there's nothing going on over there because shoot, I have a family, I have a mouth to feed, this, that, and the other. I have kids to feed. So I didn't see anything. So they just turn their head. They just turn their head like it's nothing going on over here. So a lot of times it's like if you're not going to help these people to pay their house notes and their car notes and stuff, you want them to speak up, but are you going to help them if they speak up and lose their jobs?
No.
So, for example, there was a black female officer who thought that way, and guess what they did? She never got promoted. She had to fight. They shunned her. They threatened her. It's on the Justice Jaheim page. You can go look at it. They sent like this racist text messages and everything, and she went through this for years. And it's like, to me, I feel like, dang, you stuck in there. But like, damn, that was rough. Like, I know she had to see a psychiatrist because that was rough.
They're
Right.
But it's like she loved them people. She wanted to fit in so bad, and it was like, why are you here? We're not gonna protect you if you get into a shootout.
wow.
To her.
We're
Yeah.
on the front line without a gun is basically what that is.
True.
So, but like there are other officers in America. I found one on TikTok. I got to go back and refind. Who actually are promoting, positive police force, like the preventative police force, the way things I think maybe should be. Their voices are drowned by intimidation and by people not wanting to take accountability for their mistakes. And really that's what it's
Yes.
all about. I'm to the point where I'm like, I got to pay my mortgage too, but I don't have to hurt anyone.
Right.
And if you do, I don't care about your mortgage. Lose your home because
Yes.
I'm not going to support people who hurt people.
Yeah. And
It's just like with Family Dollar. I lose their jobs. Go work at Popeyes. I researched cities in America all across. A lot of times where there's a Family Dollar, within 2.5 miles, there is a Popeyes. Popeyes is hiring. Popeyes gives you stock options. If you get into a shift leader position, quit your job at Family Dollar, go work at Popeyes. No one shop at Family Dollar. Don't even shop at Dollar Tree because guess what? They're connected.
mm-hmm.
But let's
Yeah.
start with Family Dollar. Don't shop there, don't whatever. And then back to the police. we can't boycott them.
Right.
We have to abide by the law, and they're going to uphold it. And if they think we aren't abiding by it, we might get killed. And you're more likely to get killed if you're black.
Yeah.
You may
true.
have somebody in the background, Angela.
Mm, I don't think so.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
The Gulfport police are just killing too many people.
Right. See, they
That
so used to just doing it and just getting away with it, and nothing is ever done.
and the other officers, regardless of race, that help cover it up are accountable. The police chief is accountable. The mayor is, or they're not accountable, but they need to be held accountable.
Absolutely, because he's actually saying that he supports whatever his officers are doing. And it's like that's a slap in the face. Like you don't even have all the evidence yet, and you're saying that you support them.
Yeah, I mean,
But
so
you know, but you have to think about it. He's been there in office for 9 years, so he's got ties. He's got rooted ties. He already put his family and friends in good positions and made sure the cousins got the good contracts and grants. So I feel like he just trying to make sure everybody on his side for when he leaves. Because I don't think he gonna probably do another term.
Yeah, well, he used to serve on the city council before he was elected to mayor.
Right.
Wow. And then, he has a lot of real estate here too.
That the city paid for.
see
Yep,
that
he has a
there is a lot of dirt on him. I have been researching him. Does he rent property?
Oh yeah, my sister actually rented a house from him about 20 something years ago. And I remember her going, you know how you go to your new property or whatever and you go in there to clean up. Honey, they cut them darn lights on. It was infested with roaches. Infested. And do you know he did not want to renege on that contract? My sister was like, oh yeah, you gonna give me my money back or I'm taking you to court. She had to threaten him in order for him to tear that lease up and give her deposit and first month's rent back.
I'm surprised he did. I'm surprised she didn't have to actually take him to court. She must
Right.
be a very well spoken, intimidating woman.
Right.
I mean, because that's how wealthy people who abuse their wealth and power work. I'm going to take like this, and I'm going to make you fight to get it back.
Well, you got to think. Well, this is how I look at it. So hold on.
Hey, Angela, like what he was saying about people paying tickets, that's the same thing. Now you have warrants for your arrest. You don't have the money to go to pay the ticket. It's the same thing with that. You have to have money to fight, but she needed that first month's rent and deposit.
Right.
Have a roof over her head. Like that's a big deal.
Oh girl, it was so bad here. Like prior to Hurricane Katrina, it was either prior to or right after. The state of Mississippi was actually sued because the jail, for overcrowding. Like that jail was only made to house, let's say maybe 800-900 people, and it was double. I'm talking about people sleeping all on the floor. People didn't have boats. Boats are the low mats that they sleep on, which we would call a pallet. They call them boats in the jail. And then when you go to like your supervisor and you say, well, inmate is asking for a boat, like somebody that just came in from booking, and they be like, oh, well, they can sleep on the floor. Didn't care.
I spent some time in Poplarville. I was on a boat.
Yeah.
That's KKK City town. That's the KKK town.
Oh, Poplarville.
Oh yeah, they marched through the town.
Y'all,
Yes.
I just hold my breath every time I am on the interstate driving through. I never use the highways. I just used a highway in Poplarville since '99, or in that part, in y'all's part of Mississippi. This January. First time I've been on a Mississippi highway in the coastal area other than 90 or 98, whichever one's on the beach.
Right.
Yep, because I'm so flipping scared. Oh,
Yes, especially after this protest, it's like, they've been passing by people's homes, pulling people over. And you see when we did that first protest when we were at the Family Dollar, and then everybody was over in the parking lot of the car dealership
what?
after getting permission to be on their property. And you see how they pulled up over there like they were trying to intimidate us.
I didn't know what was going on. I had went to the bathroom at the laundromat, and then I came back, and all y'all were walking over there. And I just ran to see what was going on, and the next thing I know, we were hands up, don't shoot, pushing, basically walking towards the cop. We made the cop car leave, all of us.
Yes, they
That,
left.
that was one of the most powerful moments of my life. But upon reflection, it's also powerful because why in the hell were the police there?
To intimidate, but it didn't work.
The next day, their car apparently, allegedly, ran out of gas in front of somebody's house, and we were like, "Nah, not a city. Nah, that's not
Mm-mm.
how it works."
Hey, I thought
Nope.
about it. Hey, here's what I thought about it. I'm wondering if are they smart enough? Are they conniving enough that they intentionally ran out of gas?
That was an excuse. Those jokers didn't run out of gas. They
Uh,
called themselves trying to intimidate. Because,
Yep.
see, since we've been down there, you know what they were doing. Looking at our tags, calling in the tags, trying to see where everybody lives. You know, and after that, what are the odds that exact night when they supposedly repoed somebody's vehicle? Like, really? Really?
Why were they asking witnesses for their driver's license and address when they weren't even when they're not clearly not investigating, right? Because it's in the hands of the FBI.
Right.
The police went around and asked for witnesses' IDs and home physical addresses the same day that I went to the Gulfport police and said, there's a witness that needs to be protected because, the guy in the blue line shirt,
Mm-hmm.
I asked the Gulfport police to protect him, and I was told they couldn't talk to me. I only could talk to MBI. They have nothing to do with this case and this investigation. If you don't have anything to do with this case and investigation, why are you going around asking our witnesses?
Exactly.
No, you're corrupt.
Exactly.
You're corrupt. And
So so what I want to do, I want to throw a campaign to find out who this guy is with the back the blue shirt on.
honestly, nobody knows that yet.
No, they haven't.
So were they here on vacation for cruising the coast? Is
He's
he a
from
local?
Louisiana, they said.
Okay. Oh, okay. So they were here for cruising the coast, him and his
That's
wife.
what I'm thinking.
Well, I gave
Yeah.
this information to an organization to offer him protection, and I'm sure that organization knows who he is. I don't know if that's information I would be able to obtain due to security, but
Yeah.
I'll certainly find out. I mean, honestly, I want to talk to him. Don't y'all?
Yeah, because he needs to be
Right.
protected.
I mean, and I want to say thank you for seeing something wrong and speaking about it, no matter how uncomfortable.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He's like an angel. Yes.
But
Yes.
here's what gets me. It makes you wonder what's in a person's spirit and how it's not even a point of how they was raised, how they view the black community or their community as a whole. When you know something was done wrong or something's wrong, and you sit back and don't say nothing, you ain't even got to try and stand up and justify or cover it up. For people to for these other officers to sit back and not say a thing.
And because this is America, and you're going to make people feel uncomfortable when we keep saying black, right? How do you feel when a human?
Right.
Well,
But,
you know me, I try to keep it straight honest. Ain't no need to sugarcoat it.
I know, and I love that about you. And same, I want to be more like that, but also I realize we have to appeal to people to get to listen, because how is everyone in America not mad? How are all eyes not
Well,
on this?
and that's the thing, because people be like, well, you just worried about them. No, my family is very interracial and mixed up and all, we're all tied up. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not that, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I got clear people that I respect more than brown people. And I got some brown people that I respect more than my family members. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a, it's the person as an individual, like you said, but it's not a color thing.
But statistically, it is a color thing, and
Yeah,
that's
it is a color thing.
Right, right.
Um,
and it's because
yeah.
of America and slavery and just how our country was built. But there are people who are still so uncomfortable with addressing the fact that they might be racist.
Right. And I think a lot of it has to do with programming. If you're sitting up watching the television and every time you watch the television, the only thing you see is what some black person has done or what some person of color has done negative, you never see anything positive, that will give someone a bad taste in their mouth. That will
But
make
you,
somebody want to fear people. Just like
okay, let
me,
me.
for example, if you're watching the news, I can speak for me. I watch the news and I'm always saying, oh, it's bad in Chicago or it's bad in LA. It will make you not want to travel to LA. It'll make you
But
not want to travel to Chicago.
but think about it like this. I know if every day I go to work and I tell people, hey, you you got to do it this way and it'll work easier. That may not be true because some people, everybody got their own way of doing it. But if I go to work and tell you that every day and you just get used to doing it that way, not that it's easier or harder, you're gonna look in your head like, yeah, it's hard and it's not right. But if I go and tell them this, they gonna believe it and they gonna do it. So that's how they start. That's the thing. They know that if they go on, if they're the first to go on TV and be like, oh, they're evil, their family done bad stuff, so these are horrible people. You know, we just most people it's like, oh, that's okay because they said it, so it must be true. Cops don't do anything wrong. Cops don't mess up. Cops don't make mistakes. Cops don't catfish little girls, then go to their state and murder a mom, dad, and grandfather of them and kidnap little girls. Cops don't do that. Cops don't get caught selling guns that they took from the community. Cops, that don't happen.
Cop someone over who's just trying to get by and get from A to B on a flipping bike and hurt.
Right.
They don't do that.
Man, half the dope boys paid for half the cops' houses. Come on now.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Why I am slowly, and when I say slowly, I'm slowly because I only want to work with extremely genuine people. This is why I am forming the people's team.
And you know what's crazy? I know police officers or former police officers who like that's why I left. I didn't like where it was going. You know, it's like
Right.
they don't like how stuff was looking. It's like, and I'll tell you now, I didn't like this or I didn't like that, but we had to do what you had to do. Everybody was doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
A group thing.
Like go back to what you were saying. Got to put food on the table.
Yeah.
You got to put food on the table. And see, I ran into that situation with a job before. It's like it was only two people that were standing up, and it was myself and another lady. But a lot of them were like, I have to feed my family. It's like they were talking private, but when it came to going to ERO, it's like everybody's scared.
But you know what I tell people? I don't care if it's at work, dealing with people at home, or anything. Documentation is important. If you got enough
Very.
documentation to prove something, you good. And I just feel like people need to document better and document more.
Yeah.
There
Yep.
could be something
Very
small.
true.
If I see like when I saw a car trailing me the other day, I pulled to the
Mm-hmm.
side and got the tag. You won't play with me?
Right. Right. Because all it is a form of intimidation and it will not work at all. It's not going to work.
Well, it's been working.
It don't work with me, girl. I'm telling
So
you. It just don't.
so what do you think? I'd be so sick of these people in these motorcycles.
Don't be getting in fights. Don't act like the police.
I know, right?
Come on now. Y'all, back to the media. I was just speaking to someone about Hurricane Katrina. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
we have radio stations, but our power was out. So I didn't even know that New Orleans, I didn't know the levees broke. The last thing I heard was Katrina missed New Orleans because it did. And it was hitting the Gulf Coast, Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Right.
After I think day 2 or 3 after Katrina is when I found out New Orleans was underwater. I went to a facility close to our hospitals in Meridian because that's where there are generators and power.
Mm-hmm.
I had a newborn with me. She was 6 weeks old. We went to stay there, and somebody cut on a TV in this facility for a few minutes. And what the group, not me by any means, because I was definitely informed as a Minnesotan at this point in my life not to watch Fox News, but they chose to watch Fox News.
Mm-hmm.
All that I saw was people looting on a repeat in New Orleans, which is
Right.
predominantly what race?
Right. Mm-hmm. Black.
And the people that stayed were predominantly what race? Black, because it was
Mm-hmm.
because the rich fuckers got out of there,
Right.
and that's what you're going to show
So
them.
so I'm sorry, I gotta bring it up while it's fresh on my head. Anna, don't be mad at me.
I'll go on.
So am I the only one that feel like these celebrities can make a change? They have the money and the platforms. Why are they just sitting back hiding? I feel like they're hiding.
I
Like they don't give
they are.
a damn.
Well, well, we can't say that. We have had celebrities to come from near and far
Only one I've
to
seen is
help us
Trader
out.
Truth.
Yeah, trade the truth, but also those families who lost their loved ones would be
Okay, yeah, those
considered
they are
as
amazing. Jacob Blake,
celebrities.
Cortez Rice.
They may
Cor-
not be A-list celebrities, but they're considered celebrities.
They're public.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about celebrities that the people. I mean, like Jacob Blake coming from Wisconsin was huge, but that he spent his time, his money, which is not as large as say Morgan Freeman's, who lives in Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, come on now.
And where are you? Morgan was in Biloxi opening his nightclub either the week before or the week after Jaheim McMillan was murdered.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
But we
you ready
have
for
to
this?
understand that a lot of these people don't know about this.
Exactly.
No,
You
no,
know,
no.
wait a
Because
minute, with all due respect,
I
there
talked to
has been
Tyler
so
Perry's
many
one.
killings. But I
I talked.
know, but Kelvin, there is kids killed every single day by the police. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but when somebody reaches out to you, I feel like if these fans are supporting you or who the community is supporting you, you have a duty to make sure. Hey, if y'all call me, if I can, I'm gonna at least make a statement. They don't say
I,
nothing about
I
nothing.
I know, but in Tyler Perry's defense, it's like they have to pick and choose their battles. Do you know how
That
many
man got his
kids?
money already. He got it.
I
He got it.
know
He got his own studio. He
when
ain't
I say
scared.
battles, I'm not saying he's scared. I'm just saying there are thousands and thousands of Jaheim. That's what I'm saying.
I haven't seen him speak out for one of them.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I
baby,
haven't.
he dude, what? He provided his private plane for George Floyd's family. What are you talking about? And
Yeah.
for Benjamin Crump.
No, what I'm saying, the ones down here. That was a high profile case, of course. I mean,
I
that's.
know it's not getting the publicity because timing is everything. I've been saying this
So you're
over
saying he
and
doesn't
over
know, but
again.
he knows is what I'm
I
saying.
don't think he know. I really don't
I
think
talked
he
to
knows.
somebody myself that works
You
in his
talk to
studio.
some. I know you talk to
They said he know. I
somebody,
don't think they
but
were allowing that man.
I know, but I just don't think they said you.
You don't
It's
think,
no
but
such.
you.
It's
I get
no such
facts. I don't
thing
just
as being.
do stuff
I
I'm
know,
thinking and made
but
up.
it's no. I
I'll,
know, but it's no such thing as being able to walk up to Tyler Perry. I don't give a damn if you do work in his
Right, but if you,
studio.
but these people, I'm pretty sure they know. And she ain't gonna just allow that man.
I don't think that they know the details, and the details are what separates Jaheim's case from other cases. Jaheim
Bingo.
is high profile. It's
Well, to
not.
say someone, yeah, someone doesn't know that makes sense. But to say somebody don't know it all when I know, because I
Nobody
know I ain't
knows it
crazy.
all. None of us have
Right,
all the
but what I'm saying,
information.
I know they know a little bit because I verified that myself. Still got the number in my phone.
I know, but it's still even people that covered the case are not really covering it anymore because they don't have all of the
Oh, the people that
information.
were covering
Hey,
it first, they're covered. They're
talk about
still, huh?
that right there. That is so important because Angela, you and I had a conversation one time in Gulfport about protests and how people may not be coming to protest because they didn't know if they were going on. I
Mm-hmm.
tried to work with someone from, I think it's who set up the text where everyone
Yeah.
would information.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I called several people within that organization. I was told we are getting our Quail Bridges, an activist down there, and we can only send out the text when he tells us, but he's too busy. And
Mm-hmm.
I know how he feels about being busy. He voiced that to me a lot. I I also know that I never say I'm too busy. Okay, I don't ever say I don't have the time because we all have time and we can all prioritize. And I listen and I prioritize.
Right.
Wasn't prioritizing, and people were not getting information. Again, this is the high profile case. It's not highly publicized. And unfortunately, we have activists who are failing our people as well. And
Mm-hmm.
rest, because the fact that the people were willing to give out their personal information, their personal cell phone number
Mm-hmm.
that they pay
Mm-hmm.
for the calls, but then they don't get the information, or they don't get correct information.
Well, if we're talking about the phone thing, the reason why they didn't get the information because the person that set it up wasn't given the information to give, and then sometimes at the last minute, and they couldn't put it out at the last minute. So that was just, I feel like on the and like I say all the time, people, if you don't plan, you're planning to fail. And I feel like a lot of stuff need to be planned. You might, people be so scared to lose the momentum, but I feel like if you plan something and promote it and work up to it, it's gonna be bigger than what you're trying to do tomorrow. If that makes sense.
Honey,
Yeah.
I'll sit here and just do our face. This happened. This happened. He shot this many bullets. One hit here. One hit here. There were citizens. If someone were to actually sit down, and a reporter and I worked briefly with a reporter while I was down there, Benjamin Dixon. And I say worked with, as in I was like collaborating. We were both trying to help spread the word and work for the cause.
Right.
I forgot where I was going. What'd you say? Before
You talking about, like, we were talking about pre-planning, like, yeah.
Yeah, I never heard of a dossier, but Ben kept saying we need a dossier, which is just a collection of all the facts. I have spoken to public figures who don't want to speak about this because where are all of the details? No,
They're not gonna bring them out because here's my thing. If there's videotape of you doing something wrong at your job, and one of your friends got access to it, are you gonna want them to hurry up and put it out?
nope.
Right. That's just how I feel on it. Because I feel like some of this stuff, like with the baby that got killed, I how can I say it?
Baby
Murdered.
Mello.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So with Lil Mello, it was like probably 20. It was a lot of cops. It was more than 5. But this is only 1 or 2 officers. Y'all can't figure that out?
Right.
Please. Also, I want to bring up the fact that I went to Gulfport because this year I chose to go as an independent filmmaker instead of work with any studio and buy my own equipment. I have a camera, and when I found out about Jaheim, I thought, you know what, I can use my camera. I can use this choice I've taken in life for good. I want to go give a voice.
Mm-hmm.
But that I don't know if I was perceived as a journalist, or I don't know what people thought. But what happened is, I ended up speaking to mother after mother after mother, telling me the story of their child being murdered at the hands of a Mississippi police officer. It wasn't always Gulfport and Harrison County. It was other parts. There were other people from other regions that came to those protests. And y'all, we gotta plan. We gotta plan. We gotta organize. We gotta keep doing this that we're doing right now, because this is not right. Mississippi is so messed up. So is Louisiana. So is Alabama.
Well, I'm telling you this is how I feel like they're looking at it as a whole. We're not gonna let these people come into our city and tell us nothing, not how to run it, not what we should do, and they're not gonna make us do anything. And we're gonna wait just as long as we want and as long as we can to do what we want to do. We're not gonna listen to anybody. We don't care about social media or them going to the news. They can come here every day of the week. That's how they feel.
I would feel like that too if only 5,000 people, but I would feel like that too if I worked in a city where only 5,000 people voted, but there were 77,000 people.
True.
Because the people in my own city can't even run me.
But a lot of them can't vote. You know why? Because the system and put these charges on them and put these districts on them that they were trying to I don't know if y'all know this. Well, they were trying to realign the districts to where it was going to benefit them.
Oh yeah, rezone. Mm-hmm.
Rezone.
Alabama just went bad. We still have slavery laws. We still have segregation laws on our books. So does Alabama. And when I say they, and I'm talking about the people I feel like are oppressing, I really am referring to the wealthy, because in Mississippi, it is the wealthy that are running everyone else, and it's benefiting the wealthy, and it's keeping money in their pockets to oppress Black people, to
Yeah.
oppress Hispanics, to not let y'all have a voice, to keep you in jail, to keep you from voting, to pull you over because you're on a bike. It's just too much. The whole nation should have their eyes on Mississippi right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But what gets me is like, what does that say? Like, what type of person are you to take your time while you outside supposed to be making sure nobody's breaking in any houses or cars or nobody's doing domestic disputes, to ride down the street, see somebody minding their damn business on a fucking bike, pull them over, and they won't pull over where you want, so you get mad, jump out your car, tackle them off the bike, beat them up, then you arrest them and charge them because they didn't listen to your commands or follow your commands when you said to stop, like they ain't got no rights or can't live their life. And then because they was like, why are you arresting me? That was not a felony or a misdemeanor crime for that man to be minding his own business, or to even not have a light if he didn't have a light or a bell on his bike. So I'm like, what type of clown would do that?
And why are you not prioritizing your time? You're doing this for a traffic violation, which brings
Right.
kind of money for the city, since we're all operating on capitalism, right?
Right.
And then you could be protected and serving. And
And what really pissed me off, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
when I got back to Meridian, there was a police officer in Gulfport who, I don't know how involved they were on the day that Jaheim was killed, murdered, assassinated, but they were really, I had someone call me that was sitting with a police officer and wanted me to leak to the news as soon as I could information that would tarnish a dead child's reputation.
Wow.
Yep, I've got it recorded. Stay tuned.
Sad.
Again, I don't know what streaming service we're going to use for this. I mean, I'll talk with y'all. I'll work with the McMillan. You know, like I'm not making that decision on my own, but I do have documentation of a lot of things that are pretty grave and very sad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I also want to say I do not have that. That documentation has actually been spread all around the country, so it is safe. I don't have the SD cards, and none of it is downloaded into my device, so ain't no need coming after me.
I know that's right.
Okay.
But here's the thing, everybody's watching now, so when they make a move, it better be their best move, if that makes any sense.
You say
Mm-hmm.
they're not. Everyone's not watching. I don't want to bear back, but I want to be realistic. There are 271,000 people following the Justice for Jaheim page. There are over 270 million people in America. There are 8 billion people on this planet. No, everyone's not watching. A small portion of people who sympathize are watching. Why do other people not sympathize? Oh, because they think, oh, Jaheim was a criminal. Well, let me tell you.
Because it hasn't hit their doorstep yet.
And
Right.
doorstep faster if we didn't have shitty activists that were out for themselves or for some kind of paycheck. If we had genuine people on the boots. So, like, to me, the whole revelation that we gotta stick with good people.
That's what people have to understand. The assignment is to make sure that the baby gets justice.
Yeah.
And you can handle all the other people after. That's how I look at it. But do what you want. Everybody grown. But people be looking at me crazy because it's like, I can't be focused on nobody else. I got to focus on this right here. And this is enough because we fight. I mean, we can all multitask, but we fighting a big battle here. Like you said, nobody's watching but a little small amount of people. And so that's why that's what I'm saying. You have to hold yourself accountable. It is sad that if someone's doing that, that's very sad. Because
someone asked me right before I have to.
Hey, Shalonda.
And she said,
"Hey, love."
Hey.
Oh, you have to
How
see me.
you
Hey,
doing, boo?
my dad.
How come they can see us but we can't see them?
I know.
You can't
right?
see. You can't see Shalonda.
You can see me, but y'all picture.
Oh, I got my thing up. I'll probably go take it off in a second.
Yeah.
I'm
See,
kinda-
Yeah, I
Rough.
just got mine blocked out.
She supposed to be sick. Say hello. Say hey with that nasty nose. I'm
Hello. So
she,
how is the Toys for Tots going?
it is going. It is going. I got to the 21st, so I'm very hopeful. I just just with Jaheim, I needed you to grab that box for me. You left too fast. So I
Yeah.
got for Elaine's tonight. So hopefully people did bring. Cause I know 6 babies are hold. I don't want to leave them while they sick, even though I know Dad will take care of them. But they won't even lay down without me. They like, Mama, come lay down. You ready to lay down now? Come lay.
Oh,
Yeah.
You work double time when the babies are sick.
Yes. Oh, good job, BB. You wipe your nose. Babe, move this back for BB so she can be up here without falling. Okay, get up there, BB. You get up there now.
Orlando, um will you tell me excuse me, your Toys for Tots? So
Okay, yeah. So I'm doing a toy drive for Jaheim in Jaheim's name. And my purpose of it is to give back to the community and talk to them about being a little more transparent about Jaheim because I know a lot of people were hearing things and probably scared to support and just be more personal with them. See, it's different when you hearing somebody on TV or watching them on live, but to personally talk to them that make them feel like you're making them a part. So that's
absolutely.
of it to be more transparent, shake hands, and make it a more personal thing. So, share, please come out and support me for a good cause and plus prevention. What can we do to make sure this don't happen to you?
Uh,
amen.
yes, and if you want, you can just give out your Cash App,
Mhm.
and just let people know how they can donate.
Somebody from Fayetteville sent me $5 today on my Cash App. Yeah,
Awesome.
I know, right? That's a small. I can get one toy right there.
That's right.
Hey, I get excited if I get $1, okay?
Right.
I know, right?
I did that. I was in Gulfport. I sent a $1 request to everyone I knew, and I was like, well, if they all give me just $1,
Yeah.
I didn't
It
expect
adds up.
yeah,
It does.
I
But
just
I told my son that I said, listen, all you got to do is ask for $1. $1's nothing. They gonna just push that, accept that request is $1.
That's right.
Hey, can we?
That is so
Hey,
true.
Mr. Magnolia, can we drop Sherlonda's Cash App in the chat?
Yes, if you want to, Shalonda, it should be a way for her to put it up on
I
the screen.
huh? Well, I don't know on the screen, but I can put it in the comments. It allow me to do comment.
Okay, let me
Did
see.
y'all
Let
see
me.
my comment?
I
And the
Not
back,
yet.
no, that was in the background.
the chat.
Click on comments, and you should be able. Okay, here we go.
Did y'all see it?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, copy.
Yeah, so that's the reason for the toy drive on the 23rd. I have drop locations, which is at the Glam Bar off of Pass Road across the street from Cajuns, and also Elaine's Place to Be in the quarters. But I don't have the addresses on hand, but I do have them, in on my page and on Just for Jaheim page.
Y'all, will somebody tell me what's going on this weekend as far as protest and can get active? Are we
Yes. So October the 3rd, we're gonna have a protest, a match for releasing the body cam footage. That's what we're wanting. That's what we're hoping for. We put a little pressure on them, and of course, we yelling F the Family Dollar. That hasn't changed. It's gonna be at the Family Dollar.
I, I still can't believe that Family Dollar put a note saying we have released the footage.
I was looking for it somewhere. It's around here. Yeah, yeah.
And
Everybody
they
thinking that we had it.
yeah, we need to hold this corporation liable for all of the things, but we need to hold for lying, letting them have.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta look over me. Mm-mm.
Look, I didn't
You
even
so
got
well.
Thank you so much.
so this Saturday or third, y'all are protesting at Dollar or the police station.
The
Don't worry.
Calvin,
Where?
I believe the Family Dollar.
And then they're gonna march down from the from the Family Dollar to the courthouse, and there is a press briefing, right?
Look at you. I see you almost died.
Are they doing a press briefing this time beforehand?
That's what I was wondering.
Well, the last press conference that I was at,
The medicine should be on the counter. Caleb,
appointment with the media, so only WLOX showed up.
hopefully they got the media ready to come out there on the 3rd. That would be good to have.
He show up.
Yep.
I would
Ray, find me one of these got writing on
have
it.
gas and tire mileage and all that. I'd be there, but I would be there in spirit. Her.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great turnout this time.
You gotta wait till the game ends.
Aren't y'all planning on doing more on another more organized one on New Year's?
Huh, baby.
Are y'all doing one on New Year's?
I
That-
I don't know anything.
I don't know anything about it.
See, this is where it gets sad that we all don't know. We need to be more.
Well, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with breaking up into teams, and long as you're putting the information out there. So Shalonda's
Mhm.
working on a lot of good stuff. The mass protest with the ball after is gonna be nice. And we're gonna actually get together because her thing is to make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else. So we're gonna work on getting the organization started for her, getting funds to go help our community, because she understands that it starts at home.
Yes.
And so, how can we stop this from happening to anyone else? How is that possible?
It does start at home. For Charlotte, when you came on, we were talking about how we wish celebrities would use their platform more. So
Mhm.
since Shaheem was taken, Takeoff was the rap artist Takeoff.
Yep.
And there is this one executive that's been speaking out against the music industry and saying, the record label wants you in jail. They want you selling drugs. Because they make more money that way.
Yep.
Where are the rap artists that are willing to make changes comfortable? You're going to lose money. You're going to lose friends. We all got to start changing, or we're all going to start dying. That's how I see it. Like it's that it's going to happen to somebody else. That somebody going to be somebody else's kid and somebody else's brother, and it's sad. So let's get uncomfortable and change.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
to be honest, I seen this stuff on TV, on Facebook and stuff, and I'd be like, oh, that's so sad. I'm praying for the family, but I never thought deep into it. Like, I know it's sad. Of course, I'm acknowledging it's sad, but like, not even to comprehend what happened now after they loved one, they're killed by an officer. What happens now? What the day after? That's what I call it. The day after. The day after is something traumatic. It's just the day after is unbelievable. I never thought about the day after.
Yeah.
The loved one so tragic.
Now you understand why it's hard for people to kind of wake up. And
yeah, it has to happen to you, which is sad to say, but some people it has to happen to in order for them to believe or understand.
Well, I've been standing since I was 15 years old, and I've always been really loud about police brutality. And when I see a news story, I do think about it. What else can we do? We can't all jump on planes and in cars and go to somebody, Also, even Shalonda, it took me just wanting to film. I asked you to let me film your kid for me to meet you. Do you know what I mean? There to help.
Yeah.
it's also an awkward situation. I'm not going to run up to Katrina and say, "Oh, hey, I'm Anna Hover. Let me." No, I'm not going to run to you and your kid. You know, like it's
Right.
just.
Well, they here for the cause. Let's see if BB remember. BB, say
BB.
his
Oh,
name. Caleb, say his name. Hands up.
don't
No
shoot.
touching. No
No.
peace. No peace.
Oh,
See, they're used to being the ones holding the microphone
Yeah.
and saying,
Yeah.
that's right.
Caleb do his little protesting at school, baby. Had the other kids standing and everything.
I know that's right, baby.
Yeah, they said you got your little activist on your hand. I said, yeah, he be out there. It's sad they got to endure this and everything, you know. They remember Jaheim. There's no way they're going to be able to forget him because we got to make sure it's present heavy in their lives. I don't remember exactly who I was talking to. Oh, I did. I was talking to my little cousin Deja, and I was telling her I knew Jaheim longer than I knew my mom and my dad. I know that sounds crazy, don't it? I knew
Right.
my nephew longer and more than I knew my parents. I lost my mom at 13, 2 weeks out from my 13th birthday, and my dad when I was okay. Well, Jaheim got me, my dad 16 years, but
and it looks to me, I mean, from just videos and social media, Jaheim was at your house playing with your babies. Was like your family's close, right?
yeah.
Y'all are one of those knit families, and now you have a lot
Nothing but memories.
for his name for the life of Jaheim. You know, Toy Tots drop off at the Glam Bar and Elaine's. Go protest December 3rd. Meet at Family Dollar. Even if you don't have the information, just get there because you can go on social media and find out where people are.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That Justice for Jaheim page keep people updated.
Yeah, I'm really thankful for that page. It doesn't always come to my home feed. I have to really remember to go type it in, and that concerns me with Facebook's algorithm, right?
Oh, true.
Right.
All the Jaheim stuff I post, do you know it never suggests anything? It never on my page, not on my timeline, huh? It do for you? It don't do it for me. I'm too active.
Honey, after I was in Gulfport for a week, when I tried to go live, they were cutting my phone off. I couldn't even go live. They were. I mean, maybe I sound paranoid. I don't know, but something.
No, because they took down Trina. You remember that first page? Crying?
Yeah.
They took it down till you can't find it. So she's looking to see if anybody saved it. And she made sure I said, well, did you do don't let it delete after 30, never delete? She said, yeah, she did do that.
I told Kelvin, I truly feel that Facebook is nothing but the police anyway. But I just feel like a lot of our content, anything that has to do with Jaheim, I feel that it has not been shadow banned, but it has been ghosted. You can tell.
Oh, babe, you don't mind telling them what happened to you today at school, huh? You go ahead and tell them, babe, they listening. So, but I didn't go into details with you, so I can't say the what, wins, and how. All I know is somebody called you to the office before the superintendent came, right?
My boss.
His boss called him on the phone. Tell us. Do y'all hear him?
Yes.
It wasn't something offensive brought on my truck. And I told him, not that I know of, it was just Justice for Jaheim. And she was like, oh, okay, well, we're going to take a look because somebody from upstairs called them. And most everybody upstairs is white, most white women.
Mm-hmm.
They called and said it was something that was offensive and what was the word I used?
Distracting.
Yeah, distracting or something like that. And I said, I don't know what's on there. So she went and took a picture, even though I did know what was on there. Yeah. I'm like, I'm probably about to get in trouble, so I ain't like I ain't know what was on there. And
because it's my truck.
Right.
His truck stop, he used yours.
It's mine. He needed to use it because something was wrong with his car.
And what What is on your car?
Hold on, he's gonna tell you. Go ahead, babe.
I said, let me call my wife. So I called Solana and I'm like, you know, they question what's on the truck and everything. And
Turn it down.
some superintendent dude finna come talk to me. So he came and talked to me. He was like, basically,
What's his name?
Dr. Tatum.
Dr. Tatum.
Then he kind of
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. I was telling you who it was.
he was like, he in the middle of the situation. You know, you got people who feel certain ways on both sides of the fence or whatever, and that they thought it was distracting and kind of offensive or whatever on their end. And I was like, so what y'all want me to do? You want me to move the truck? And he was like, I said, oh, you want me to take the fuck the police off the truck? And he was like, if you would move it, that would be so great. He was like, I understand, you know, my condolences, my heart goes out to the family and everything. It's just that, you know, being at work, pretty much you don't want people coming at him from either side.
He wants to stay neutral and professional, but
Exactly.
this is the bottom line. Even if it would, because you barely can even, y'all done seen that truck. Have you ever seen the police on that? It's just not.
No, there were probably Trump bumper stickers all over there that are just should be fucking distracting.
Yeah. So you gotta really be. So they needed. They glad they seen that, so it made it easier. Because if that's the case, Derek even offered to go wipe it off. Now we want you to take the whole truck and move it. Move the whole truck, so he can wipe it off. It can be wiped off. It's just on two little small spots. No, don't wipe it off. Just go ahead and take the truck and move it.
Wow.
Cool.
And this is the
Girl.
Tatum that I never got a call back from when I was in Gulfport working that never wanted to speak to me regarding kids go back to school. But
So Mr. Tatum is the principal.
He is the assistant.
Assistant. He's very tall, right?
Yeah, he's pretty tall.
But wait a minute. It's not even at Gulfport High. He at Central Elementary, Josiah School.
Oh, he at Central now. Okay.
Listen, I'm saying my husband was at Central Elementary. Wherever Dr. Tatum was, he had to leave where he was and come to Central Elementary to talk to Big Derek.
Oh, well, I'm gonna tell you how they did me. You know, Dominique's last year of school, she ran for what they call it, homecoming queen, or whatever. Now, this is an outfit that my baby has worn several times. Never had a problem. Never had a problem. Well, they were used to having white homecoming queens, but this time the black girls had kind of took over for homecoming court. So when Dominique got to school that morning, they be standing out there and they watching to see who skirts too short, who, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they had a problem with something she had on. Now, mind you, she had leggings on up under. Never had a problem before. Never. Mr. Tatum called because they were finna expel her. Because, if you get written up, expelled, then you cannot participate on the homecoming court. That was going to be their way of disqualifying her. And he called me up to the school. He was at Gulfport High at the time. He told me to come through the back way. So I had parked in the back by the track, walked through the field to get to, met him in a classroom or whatever. And he was like, my hands are kind of tied. I'm just trying to be neutral in this stuff. These people are racist or whatever. And I don't want no problems or anything like that. So if you could just take her home and just let her change clothes and just bring her back. I'm like, this is crazy.
Nobody's scared. Everybody's scared to step up because they know if they swing first, ain't nobody gonna swing behind them.
Bingo.
Well, and here's what gets me. I just feel like they're so used to, we're not gonna let these black people change nothing or run nothing. That's the mentality they have. That's why they're fighting so hard. But that's what's gonna turn around and bite them in their ass.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're humans wanting change, and we're gonna get it. We're not going nowhere.
Are the white people in Gulfport extra racist?
Yeah, they are. Look
No.
Yes.
how
Yes. As a matter of fact, if you Google the most racist city in Mississippi, the most racist county is Harrison County, and I was freaking shocked.
So listen to this. Have you ever seen Mississippi Burning?
Yes.
They love it. They live for that here. That's why I tell everybody, I say Mississippi is ground zero for racism.
No, man.
Ground zero.
Well, I'm in Meridian, Mississippi, and I feel like well, I guess it's because I'm from here. I know white people who are open-minded and humanitarians. Where are those people in Gulfport? Oh, there were some at protest. But if we're telling me this homecoming queen story and for that truck at Central Elementary, how many of those kids at the elementary school can
Oh,
read?
well, let me tell you this, and not to forget, it is Jaheim's Josiah's school, which is Jaheim's little brother. He's on work, working on a computer. But the crazy thing is about this, my husband always kind of get a hard time because he's not the normal looking computer guy. You could tell he come from the streets, but when he opened his mouth, that's a whole nother thing.
Right, very
So
intelligent.
and he gonna get you together very professional, real quick. I always write me an email real fast because I try to choose my words wise, but I'll say a motherfucking bitch cockhole. Like I'll do it real fast. So,
Right.
so that's my balance right there. Hey, babe, go ahead and take them words out and put what words you think you should use. And right, they go and complain to him about pretty much he walks with his head up too high. He shouldn't be like that. He should be timid and walking down when he passes people.
He's too successful to be black.
It's weird because I can't believe his supervisor even said that shit to him. And I'm like, babe, well, what did you say? What did you tell her, babe? You said something nice to her. Remember when you was talking about them, they say that you unapproachable or something, they just had a problem with you walking with your head up high. Babe, you remember after the stuff happened with the white teacher telling you she'll cry right tears.
She had white privilege.
Oh, she got white privilege. He in there to fix the printer or something, the computer. And she took upon herself to tell him that she got white privilege. So shoot, he mentioned it to his boss. Then they go in a meeting and she started crying those white tears. Not
acting like Karen.
The privileged tears that she had just mentioned to him. And so Big Deer hit you with the stuff on Big Deer said, I told him, no. What'd you tell the white lady? When she went with crying.
I said that. I think you feel like you're trying to make white privilege right there by crying, and you think you get your way.
Yeah. So now they were all mad because Big Deer got the lady fired. But what was it to say that to a black man in this high tension world?
Right.
Why isn't she fired?
They fired her ass.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when they start acting like he was too confident for his own good. Pretty much. And
see that, and that's their way of thinking too. Like here, I hear them say all the time, Mississippi, don't come here with those problems and stuff. Mississippi is a beautiful place to live and we don't have no problems here. Mississippi. Lies. That's because they say we don't have any problems as long as you stay in your place. We don't have any problems.
I had a wealthy white woman tell me she is tired of people saying that we're racist in Mississippi because we go to school, we use the same books, we all go grab the same calculators in class. Are you fucking kidding me? That doesn't make you unracist. And back to Big Darius, is that your husband's name?
Yeah, and he got gold all in his mouth.
Okay, so
but he was a troubled child when he was young. So that's why I keep on going back to Jaheim, and I tell people because I can testify I was a troubled child, but my husband just did a whole 360.
So
yes.
that all goes back to what we said by this. It might have been before you hopped on, Charlonda, but it was your words we were talking about, that this all starts at home. The change starts at home. Your husband is the textbook example of a successful black man.
Mm-hmm.
Any black male and female can look up to your husband and to you and say.
I try to tell my husband that, believe it or not, we always talk to Jaheim. He would go get Jaheim, like my husband, he the real deal. I wouldn't be able to take care of these kids and be involved in their life if it wasn't for him. So, and I always tell him, like, Uncle Derek was in the streets too. Uncle Derek had been in and out of jail. Uncle Derek did everything any other child in the red zone would do. And if you don't know what a red zone is, it is infested with drugs.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. They say behind every man is a strong black woman. Yeah. Listen at you, honey. That's what I'm talking about. Uplift your black man. Uplift your king. We need more of that.
Yeah.
And
my yin to my yang, even though I want to.
Yeah, I get it. But yes, I love it. I love it. you know, me and my mom was talking about this the other day, you know, because my parents have been married like 60 something years. And we were talking about, I said, you know what? I said, people give up so easy. It's like they just throw in the towel. As soon as things go bad, they just get the going. When the going gets tough, they get the going. It's like the very
It's
first
so
thing
easy.
they do is want to go get a divorce.
It's easy. It's easy. It's the easy thing you can do in the world. It's quick. It don't take no
Yes.
quick.
Wow. That is so awesome.
They're
But
I
going
love it.
I
20
don't want to stay
20
together
together.
and create a foundation, and that's what y'all have done. And I mean, what I'm hearing and what I've even seen in my time in Gulfport is that people don't. There are people who don't want to see Black people succeed. And
Right.
he's got gold in his mouth. Well, good. I want gold in mine. They ain't
Mm-hmm.
gold in your mouth. People want gold, but they get mad when somebody has it.
So
And
That's right.
kids love them.
they just posted the statistics. I wish. Let me see if I can go over and read them.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah, if you can get it, just read it out loud.
So
Are you able to pull it up?
yeah, we obtained data. Justice for Jaheim. The new numbers for Gulfport, Mississippi are worse. This is not okay, Billy Hughes. We obtained data on 139 Mississippi police departments. Gulfport's score out of 100 was 38%. The police budget went up a little bit. They don't have the information on the misconduct settlements. Isn't that something? And then the fines and forfeitures, that's 50 cents. That's the same. But the police presence has gotten worse, right? So now we
Right.
go to police violence. The force used per arrest, they didn't send that information in, incomplete. Deadly force per arrest, 19% higher than it was. Unarmed victims of deadly force, 29% higher. And racial
Yes.
disparities in the deadly force is 62%.
Wow. Hold up, Shalom.
I want statistic. We lose 66% of our educated population in Mississippi, meaning 2 out of every 3 people who graduate from a collegiate institution leave the state, get residency and a job and a family somewhere else. That harms us. We need educated Black people to speak up, to support their state. If you call somebody, do something, or talk to your children about not leaving and staying here and make a change.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of them ones that wanted to leave, had to leave. If I wouldn't have left, yeah, I know. If I wouldn't have left, I wouldn't have became the woman that I am today. See, I left and moved to Georgia when I was 20, and I came back to Mississippi when I was 37. So I became a woman in Georgia. I was able to be exposed to more than what I had been exposed to before. It made us want to, when we seen all those Black folks being successful and stuff.
Yeah.
And look, he used to walk every day, go get his GED. He went to college. He had to walk to the bus to go way from Gwinnett County to Marietta every day and worked.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
see, those are the stories that we need to hear, because sometimes people automatically, you know, they'll look at you, you know, because I actually did call the police department. I was like, you know what? People said they keep calling, they're not getting no feedback. So I called and I was kind of shocked. They did call me back. The chief didn't call me back, but you know, one of his people up under him did call me back. He gave me his number and he said that he would be willing, you know, he was like, if you organize it, he said, we'll come. You know, we'll have the officers to come so that y'all can have one-on-one, ask questions. And because my daddy was like, that's a good idea. Like, we need to know who is patrolling our neighborhood. Because when we see you all we see is you jumping out of a car acting like the bad guy.
Yeah.
So we need to see who is in our neighborhood patrolling our kids, because you're supposed to have officers that basically are from the neighborhood to patrol the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of them don't have any empathy when they come and jump out these cars. They have no empathy for these kids at all.
And the officer that murdered Jaheim had already harmed. Same with George Floyd. Officer Derek Chauvin previously, that was the first time to meet the day he killed George.
Got you. So he had did things previously.
So when the fact that we are repetitively seeing officers who have displayed hate and continue to serve is a problem.
Right, right. We need to, I think what we need to push for laws, a law in Jaheim's name, as far as making police officers
Yep.
undergo lie detector tests before they are employed. Because I know when I worked for Harrison County Sheriff's Department, we had to take 2 lie detector tests before getting hired on. But at Gulfport PD, they don't make them take lie detector tests in order to get the job.
That doesn't have to be a law. That's something you're, because that's going to be a budget concern at the end of the day, because the lie detector test costs money. The city council can approve that budget for Mayor Hughes. If he
but they need lie detector tests. They also need mental evaluations. They need mental evaluations before they are offered employment.
So there was the movement to fund the police, which was really a shitty name, because the movement actually wanted those same things. Let's get a new name and change the way we're activating for that. But whatever, activism.
Yeah, because I told the officer that called me, I told him, I said, I have a problem with the fact, I said, I am sick and tired as a Black mother that I have to sit and pray over my kids each and every day before they walk out the door. I have to tell my grown son, well, if you get stopped, to do this, do that, put your hands on the wheel. I just wonder, are white parents having that same conversation with their children each time they walk out the door?
Let me tell you how the conversation goes. So my children were born in Minneapolis. I left Mississippi too because of police brutality. I left Mississippi when I was 17. I went to Minneapolis. My kids are from there. I had to move them home because I got sick. Where Lakes, where George Floyd was murdered.
Let somebody else do that. Don't fade it.
Our old stomping grounds. That's our neighborhood. So Minneapolis and Target and all those places were on fire. I felt like one of my children's neighborhoods, and I didn't know how to talk to them about it and how to talk to my children with Black family, right? My Black children about that. So I called my friends I grew up with, because she is a Black mother, and she said 2 things to me. First, Anna, we have daughters. Take a breath. That is so sad to me. Because this is a problem for Black sons, Black boys. So my kids are girls. And then she said, also, your daughters are raised, by you, so they're white, and that's okay. Like it's different when you're dependent on who you're raised by.
Right.
I'm Hispanic, but I'm white because I was raised by white people. It's just there's a lot of little intricacies about that. But when I talk to someone who says it's okay because you don't have a son, that's not right to every other mother who has a son, who has a Black son in America. And guess what? Black people are Americans. Black people make up America. Black people built this country. Why can't we protect those people?
Right.
That are us. And why does a Black person not see it like that? I don't understand.
Right. We are actually the only group of people here who have never received what we were promised, and it's like, the system is just screwed, that's where the systemic racism comes in. It's like, give us our 40 acres and a mule and give us our reparations, baby, and we will show you, we will make it do what it do. Just give it to us.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. Give it to us. Don't pacify us with this other garbage, honey. We need the real moolah, land, property. That can take you a long way.
We need what was taken, which can never be back. So just a little something won't hurt.
Yes, and I'm telling you, if we could just stick together on one thing, oh my God, we would be so strong and so much farther along.
And there's nothing for us not to together. You know what? Sometimes I hear white people justify racism basically by saying, "Well, I never owned a slave." Okay, I get that. I get that. You didn't own a slave, but because someone was owned by a slave, they were looked at as less than. And that was taught to your great great grandma and to your great grandma and to your grandma and unfortunately to you. Can you at least stop and try and open your mind and see? I watched the documentary on Robert Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
blues player. His music was so powerful, right? People were dancing. Maybe they were leaving home when they shouldn't have to go to the pub and dance. And the black community in Mississippi encouraged their preachers to start saying Robert Johnson was the devil. He was playing the devil's music. Quit playing that.
Mm-hmm.
And thus, so it was turning the black community against the black community because they thought for a greater good.
Right.
And we can take from that how powerful groupthink is. You can take from that the black community's been turned against its own community throughout America.
Mm-hmm.
And let's stop doing that. Like, let's learn from Robert Johnson. Let's learn from groupthink. Let's learn from our churches. Let's learn the right way. Let's do the right, and let's all work together.
It's programming though. If you look around, even the music that is put out on the, and that is broadcasted through these radio stations, it's like if it's not negative music talking about kill your mama, the black women are B's, H's, hoes, you name it, they half naked and nude. It's like you just don't make it in the music industry. So my thing is with these male this trap music. Okay, to each his own. Parents let their kids listen to whatever. I didn't in my household. They grown now, they listen to whatever they want to listen to. But it's like when you have this stuff playing in your ear, playing in your head over and over and over again, kids emulate that. And right now, if you ask a lot of these kids, what you want to be when you grow up? 90% of them say a rapper. It's like, wow, is this where we are now? Everybody wants to be a rapper.
Yeah.
Look, so my son, the 15-year-old in the background, right? So he hear y'all talking. And before you even said it, he's like a rapper, right? So I look at him and I'm like, so what you want to be? He's want a rapper. Yeah.
Oh,
Tell him to drop me his music. I'll see if I can get it in the right ears.
yes, I'm talking about even my nephew, just like a rapper. I want to be a rapper. I'm like, do you know?
That is, they are entertainers. That is for entertaining purposes only. Don't
Right.
that stuff hype. So believe it or not, Derek do listen to rap. I listen to rap music, but I got me a good balance. But the thing is, like I said, I have no advice on how to raise no child, but I don't got no problem with what
Right.
he understand.
Yeah.
He understand.
Right.
This our house. Unless we say so.
See, that's old school. I thought the same thing. Like, people say, well, such and such drink in front of her kids, such and such smoke in front of her kids. Do you know my parents? My mama would never no big drinker. Back then my mama was kind of bougie. She would drink that champagne. And my mama would never no drinker, no smoker, or nothing like that. But my daddy, baby, he could put it down. Okay, daddy could put it down. I thank God now because I've seen his transformation. He's a deacon in the church now, honey. You can't get him to drink, smoke, nothing. But when I was younger, my daddy drank, he smoked, he did all that. But guess what? He demanded respect. I didn't give a darn about him drinking and smoking. You knew not to drink and smoke in his house.
That's what me and my sister were just talking about. I'm like, there's a bet. Like that my bet. We gonna jank, we gonna laugh, we gonna goof around. But boundaries, he knows that he can't cross with me.
That's right.
I ain't even gotta say it. It's understood.
It's understood, babe. I give you that look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I heard you giving your babies boundaries, and I was like, "Woo!" Because sometimes it's easier just to say, "Okay, fine, whatever. Take the cup. Do this." Because it's easier to have to deal with them. I have never seen you cave in times of, okay, we're at Family Dollar protesting and somebody's acting up. You still don't cave.
Yeah.
Stay on them when it would be a lot easier to do otherwise. And
Right.
guess what? You're a black woman, so I just want to point that out so people can start seeing Black people are good. I don't know.
And that's right.
Yeah, that's what I was telling that officer. I said, I'm sick and tired of every time my kids leave out, I got to pray over them. I got to steady give them that same speech. I said, and I'm sick and tired. I just told him, I was just venting. I said, and I'm sick and tired of having to sell our kids to y'all. And what I mean by sell, that simply means, okay, my kids, they're college educated and,
Yep.
they're this, they're that. Why should I have to sit and sell you? Why should I have to sell my children to you? Because when you look
Right.
at my son,
Like
all
that.
you see is some dreads. You see a black man with dreads. So you prejudge him. But just like you were talking about your husband, when he opens up his mouth.
Yep.
Would you go? What are you doing? Why are you bothering me?
And I'm going to tell you what the officer said. He told me, he was like, I know you can't tell, with us talking on the phone. He said, but, I'm actually black. He said, I'm mixed. He said, I'm mixed. And he said, I do understand everything you're saying. He said, but unfortunately, he said, when it comes to racism, it's not going anywhere. And I said, you are absolutely right. He is absolutely right. It's not going anywhere.
Right. Ain't nothing.
One thing I worked on this year, I write a lot, and I write a lot of comedy, and I'm not selling any of my comedy under a fake name. I'm keeping it for myself and hoping I get funded to produce a comedy skit show. And it's reverse.
Go put it back.
Like my friend and I went to a rap artist's grandmother's funeral because we were in town. I was real good friends with his manager, and why wouldn't I go support him, right?
Right.
I told her I was going. Our mutual friend, his manager. Ooh, when you walk in there, they're gonna be like, that white lady, y'all know she paid. I said, let's do a skit where we reverse that. How about it's my person that's dead, and you walk in, or and somebody looks at this gorgeous black woman and goes, she put the bill, and
right.
that spiraled. Y'all, how about I started finally watching Saturday Night Live, and Megan Thee Stallion, who just got a college degree, and people are actually doing that on Saturday Night Live, and it's phenomenal. The comedy is great. Everyone needs to go watch it and learn from it and laugh at how stupid we are with each other sometimes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I love about Dave Chappelle. He knows how to take it and make it light, but with a message. He's going to give a message in his comedy.
So one of Dave Chappelle's last specials that he did for Netflix, he walks out into the audience and he brings up Emmett Till. Where was Emmett Till murdered?
Mississippi.
Yeah. I mean, we are on the radar for, being poor and being racist. And we're on the radar for a lot of civil rights things. We're on the radar because we have high teenage pregnancy, but we're not on the radar for how actually oppressed. And I'm going to say it again. It's slavery and genocide. Once we opened this discussing another altercation with the Gulfport police and a black person, and the statistics behind it are, to me, are proof that slavery and genocide is going on in Mississippi.
Oh, absolutely. And when we were talking about getting out there, getting people registered to vote, I would love for us to travel to North Mississippi, to the Delta, because those people up there, they are still intimidated. So that's why Mississippi should have been a blue state. But a lot of those folks are still intimidated.
Still yelling, give us free. They don't probably even know they free.
Half of them, Shalonda, have never left the Delta. They don't know that it's water down here. They don't know people are free. When you get a chance, go on YouTube and put in the Delta. It is young people with children still living on the plantations.
Stars made a document of some part of Georgia where they have segregated proms in 2018. That's when the documentary dropped. I'm like, ain't no way.
We still have a segregated graveyard. I have a segregated graveyard 2 miles down the road from me. I had to pass that back and explain to them.
What?
And people wonder why I was so why have I? You know what? When I go to parties, I am that obnoxious girl because I'm gonna talk about my be treated the same.
I'm gonna go 1 second. I'm gonna put them down.
Okay.
Good night, babies.
Oh,
Oh,
look at there, happy, wagging that tail, honey.
baby. Oh, y'all, I'm on the phone. I'm looking at like a 1/2-inch clip.
For real.
Yeah, I can barely see what's going on. I'm sure I look rough as could be, but I can't even see myself. So that's great.
Girl, you look just fine.
Yeah,
You
you
look
do.
just fine.
Did you see Addie? You know when I posted that bitch video with Jaheim and I'm here cooking and stuff. You know that was Addie and Carter in there, and Jaheim had fixed
Oh,
everybody's plate, and then Derek and my niece Tink was trying to get him to do some extra cleanup. He like, no, I ain't about to clean up nothing. Fixed all them kids. plates, and I'm telling you, it was at least about 6 kids by themselves, not including the teenagers that was over. And they
yeah.
him to do something. He was like, nah, I just fixed all them kids' food. I'm not about to clean nothing up. And that,
Oh.
yeah.
That's so
So
sweet.
tell us a little bit about Jaheim. You know, what type of person was he?
He played too much. Am I describing it right? Just hungry all the time. Goofy can have serious conversations with him because we always talk about stuff. Even if it's something that's going on between me and his mama, you know, I'll be like,
Right.
maybe he could just feel the tension. He be like, TT, man, don't worry about my mama. You know she just crazy. I'm gonna still come over here. So one, he that kind of kid like gonna ease the tension. But what is that? The house?
Yeah, he had yoga in his hair.
Did
Full plate yoga at 7 in the morning.
where that video go there? Oh, look, here you go. This is what he do over here all the time. Yes, him leaving
Oh.
with yogurt all over his mouth.
Oh.
I mean, it's hard, but that's him. He gonna eat, he gonna do pranks, and he gonna be goofy.
Yeah.
But it's to love because I was just watching that Transformer video, and I know he's respond to everything like him and Derek and my husband know I love Transformers. So it's something good come out like boy wise. I'm like going like, look, ooh, this movie gonna be fair right here. Like we gotta go see this, and I can hear him there telling him, "Yep, TT." Even if he don't think it's gonna be good, he's still gonna be like, "Yep, TT, it's gonna be good." Yep.
Right.
But now I can't say, man, we're gonna all go see that Transformer movie together because it look like it's gonna be super good.
That's right.
Went to the Black Panther with you?
Huh?
Would you have taken him to see the Black Panther?
The new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have went. Yeah. That's anything Marvel, Transformers, stuff like that. Yeah, we would all that. But when the first Black Panther came out, that was in 2018. I was at the movie theater when my brother's girlfriend called me and told me she had my brother on the line and the police was outside. That's my memory of the first Black Panther.
Yeah.
Wow.
That memory.
Should have been with your nephew.
Yeah. And then the second one came out.
So, in what span of time did you lose not one but two people to the Gulfport police?
18, 19, 20, 22, 3 years. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 4 years. I'm sorry, I miscounted. 4 years.
Wow. Y'all family have been through so much. So much.
It is I cannot. It's just unbelievable.
Yes. But Shalonda, I will say this, you know, from one woman to another, I just really commend you, you know, and your fight, your advocacy. Like sometimes we don't realize how strong we are until something happens. Even when my brother died, I remember my brother was in ICU, and you know, it's like sometimes we'll sit around and we be like, shoot, if my person ever end up like that, I don't think I could clean a person's, you know, urine or when they defecate. But baby, I tell you, when it's a loved one, you just go into action. You don't care about that, baby. You will wipe blood from their mouth. You do whatever it takes when it's your loved one.
Right, because I'm a squeamish person. I don't even like to look at something that look too disgusting. And I guess I said I accidentally looked at Jaheim, but I didn't accidentally look at him. I had to see.
Right.
I had to see it.
That's powerful. I want to take time out to say, thank you, Angela, for commending her. I can believe because you are who you are. awe at how composed that you are.
Yes.
Out about it before he found out about it. Before he found out about it.
Yes.
I've been in awe at the people who show up at protests who were fighting illnesses, poverty, their own,
Mm-hmm.
but they come, and I noticed is these protests are actually healing. I sat down and just listened to people chant and made a poster one night, and I was coloring, which is therapeutic, and then creating my work, and I got to sit up and hold my art amongst a community, and we ate together, and it's so empowering, and I get to hang out with women like you two who are,
Yes.
you know.
Miss Angela, I want to tell you something real fast. Not to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You know my auntie Constant, don't you?
Yeah.
I know her.
You see, you notice I'm the only one on Jaheem's family side, on Jaheem's daddy's side. Like my family, they ain't out.
Yeah.
Here to you.
Yeah. Wow.
You know that's heartbreak. You know how to deal with that. Not only that, do you know my cousin and her daughter sent me hateful text messages telling me I got my nephew killed and that's why I failed my brother. Just all kind of disgusting stuff to tear my spirit down. I guess they tired of seeing me on TV. I don't know what it is. But my mama and her mama came out the same vagina. So that's how kin
Yeah.
we are. I want to
Yeah.
make that's how kin we are. And her and her daughter sent me hateful text messages and stuff trying to break my spirit the same day I had just got out the hospital from a blood transfusion.
Well,
That's
let
how
me tell you something. Don't you sit and allow anybody to break your spirit. Jaheim is counting on you,
I know.
and how strong you have been. He needs that. He needs that. And trust me, you're gonna have people coming at you from every angle.
It's the
Even to this
I know
day.
that
I,
was
I started this fight of advocacy because I had two cousins. It was a double murder, double homicide right here on my avenue. Still unsolved to this day. But I had family members to come and say, leave that alone. Leave that alone. You're putting us in danger. You need to leave that alone. And I told my own mama told me to leave this alone because she received all kind of threatening phone calls. Back then we had a house phone. And she was like, please, Faye, that's my middle name. Faye, just please leave that alone. Leave that alone. These people are calling, threatening. And I told her, I said, if someone did me like they did Timmy and Sammy, I would want somebody to be out there fighting for me like I'm out here fighting for them.
yes.
Amen. That part.
Yes.
And if you leave it alone, you're leaving the door for one more person to get killed.
Right.
Our goal is to stop it. Well, we can't leave it alone.
Prevent it. How can we?
And it should
Right.
it's not dangerous because of people like us. It's dangerous because of people who don't support humanity but condone hate and murder. So
Yes.
how about I'm okay being put in a little bit of danger if it means I can take the real dangerous people out.
Right. And by me going down there every year, because I would go every year, September, which is the anniversary. It was actually, they got killed the day after 9/11. And I can still remember like everybody saying, just leave it alone. Let it go. Let it go. You putting everybody in danger. And it's like, are you serious?
But I can still remember a conversation I had with you where you said you were telling me about going to Florida for advocacy, for activism.
Yeah. I went to the Trayvon Martin thing. Yeah.
So many people in my once inner circle, no longer, were concerned about in Gulfport. And I was just, oh my God, Anna's losing her shit. She's having a mental breakdown in Gulfport, Mississippi. No. I'm having a mental breakdown because I'm tired of police killing people. Because I'm tired of my children and my family being able to see people who look like them get killed and everyone just act like that's acceptable. I'm tired of it. And I was drawn to Gulfport, and I got to meet Angela Faye, who told me your story about going to Florida during after Trayvon Martin was murdered. I see there are other people like me. We are drawn to go make change.
Yes, when I found out about that, honey, I didn't change no words. Me and my friend girl, we got together, we gassed up. When we got there, we got a hotel and we stayed there for about a week. But it's like when something is on your heart to move, you have to do so because that could be any of our children.
Any of our, yep, amen, any of our children, and it's not acceptable, and our children deserve safety and so much more. Hey
Yeah.
guys, I have a publisher who will bitch me out if I don't get about 3,000 more words in today, so I'm gonna go and write.
Okay, yeah, I was getting ready to end it anyway, but yeah, we'll do this again.
I want to do this again. I want to plan it. Like Kelvin said, if you don't plan, you plan to fail. One time I want to talk to Charlonda just about Memorial.
Okay.
And then, you know what I mean? I think we should pick topics. And also, because people aren't going to want to just listen to us, like have conversations. If we want our words to carry, let's pick topics.
Right.
But Memorial, there's a lot of reasons we need to talk about that because they're basically killing people too. That's just more genocide. I know I sound.
Yeah. So I mean, I know we got that rally this weekend, so probably maybe the first of next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be back on live again, you know.
I love it. I'm with y'all. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Well,
that way we can keep this going.
Yeah.
I
think we need to start tackling this about them kids. That's important. Them boys.
Yes.
Yes.
Getting enough coverage.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Okay, so let's start thinking of, let's prioritize our topics too. That's a good point.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so we'll work together. We'll bring this back in touch. I'm going to shoot for next Tuesday. I think we need to do this again just to let people know who are listening.
Okay, so everybody needs a YouTube page, and then we can go on each other like a different platform. So the next time we can either do Shalonda or we can do you, Anna. Each time, put it on a different platform so that we can get our subscribers, get the word out, and get them to share it. Because the news media is not going to give us that space, so we're going to have to do it through social media.
Hey, luckily there's a nice author in Mississippi who's an expert at getting YouTube up to however many followers and whatever, and I'm gonna get her to look at all of our accounts and tell us what to do. I'm on it. I'm on it.
Sounds good.
Get on you.
Sounds good.
Your time and your wisdom and your courage.
All right. Okay. Well, have a good night, Shalonda, and have a good night, Anna. It was good chopping it up with y'all.
Amen.
Guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Peace, love, and hugs.
All right. Bye-bye.